edition of Fit in 10. It is day 4. It's day 4, right? Yes, we're on a Tuesday today, and it is day 4. And I want to just commend you, a lot of you, not all of you. I can't commend all of you because I'm still missing some, but a lot of you are sending me in, your food journals, and this is great because this is going to help you a lot. This is also going to make you that much more accountable. The more that you are involved in this challenge, the better off you're going to do. The more that you think about it, the more that you try every day, the more you immerse yourself in it, the better you will do. A couple things I want to go through here today. They're just bits and pieces. They are largely a result of questions that I'm getting or food journals that I'm seeing. If you cannot eat all your macros, you're too full. That is fine. That's just okay. Just eat what you can. Try to make protein the priority. I really want you to try to build this up. And just do your best. Do not go over your macros, of course, okay? So don't get in the habit of, say, for example, doing a couple days where you're under, and then you think, well, and then you get really, really hungry and you think, well, I can overconsume because I didn't have as much the other days and it'll all just even out. No, I want you to get in the habit of just trying to meet those macros, and if you can't get there because you're too full, then just eat as much as you can, okay? Just do your best. What you're going to find over time is that you are going to get hungrier. And that's not because we're reducing calories over time, although there will be a small reduction, but not a lot. What you're going to find through time is that the consistency of following the macros, and assuming that you are, okay, let's assume that you are, you're following the consistency of the macros, you're creating a deficit every day, you're digging a hole, so to speak. So we're on day 4 and there's not much of a hole that's been created yet, so you don't really feel it. But you will feel it as time moves on. You will get hungrier as time goes on. And again, this is just from the accumulation of the diet over time, over the days. It all just adds up, and then eventually you start to feel it. This is not the end of the world if you eat the packets of oatmeal, okay? My preference is that you eat the plain oatmeal and you can add some whatever cinnamon, some sweetener to it, some fruit, whatever, apples, banana, berries, whatever you want. Try to go for that. The packets tend to have some sugar added and other additives in there that we don't really, they're not serving us in terms of, well, if they're preservatives or something like that, generally they're not good for us. But for example, if it's just adding sugar, then we're not getting a lot of return in terms of nutrition for the energy that we're getting, right? This is one other argument for real whole food. We want to get the most nutrition for the energy. Okay, so we want, food does supply, doesn't matter what kind of food it is, most foods, obviously there's exceptions out there like, I don't know, coffee or lettuce or something. It's very, very low calorie, but for the most part, foods that are out there they have some level of calories. And so we're getting energy, but along with that energy, we want nutrition, and nutrition goes beyond energy, right? We start to look at things like, fiber, essential amino acids, phytonutrients, micronutrients, etc. Essential fats, all these things. We want nutrition in return. So just think about that when you choose your foods. It's not just about calories. Nut butter, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Weigh it out. If you're not weighing it out, if you're doing it by volume, chances are you're way over. Chances are you're probably around double what you think. So weigh out your nut butter. Yogurt, if you're having yogurt, I don't mind if you have 2% or 4% yogurt for that matter. That's fine. Just make sure it's unflavored. And ideally go for Greek yogurt. Okay, so unflavored. Add some fruit to it, add some nuts. Add some flavored protein powder. Vanilla protein powder goes really, really well in unflavored yogurt. Chocolate can go okay. It's kind of a weird, it's not the best, to be honest with you. You might like it, you may not. Vanilla protein powder, vanilla flavored protein powder tends to go much, much better. Vanilla whey protein powder. One other thing I just want to mention, if you're having peanut butter, make sure it is natural peanut butter. Okay, you can get salted, just the peanut butter that's made with peanuts and salt. Just go for that. Okay. Okay, something else that I really want to, I guess, explain. We want to avoid estimating foods as much as we can. Okay, now this will become easier after the challenge when you are more aware, when you've learned or when you've measured a lot of foods, you're going to be able to much better estimate foods as a result. Right now, it's very hard for you to estimate foods because you don't really know what, for example, 4 ounces of chicken looks like, or what 2 ounces of dry oatmeal looks like, or so, when you weigh food after a while, you can estimate quite easily. But there's another aspect to this when you're adding in foods that we don't really know what goes into it. So I'm just going to use an example here, and this is, I'm not picking on any particular person here because I see this all the time with people. I'm just going to use this as an example. If you are out, let's say, at a gathering, and there's butter chicken there, and you have some butter chicken, yeah, first of all, you're guesstimating the amount. Okay, that's one thing. But also you're guesstimating what's going into it. Because when you pick the option for butter chicken in MyFitnessPal, we don't know which butter chicken that's referring to. Not all butter chicken's the same. Not all butter chicken's gonna be made with the same ingredients, with the same amount of additives, like butter, or whatever. The fat that's going into it, it's not going to be the same. So we're making two guesses, the amount and the entry that's referencing it. Okay, so be very, very careful with this. We're just really just making a guess. And if this happens frequently, then, assuming that you didn't guess right, which the chances are very likely that you didn't, these differences will add up over time. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, anything else I wanted to say? Oh, I am getting some questions about, no, I know what I wanted to show you guys. Hold on one second. I don't have this here, I should. Okay, so 2 things that will be very helpful for you in this challenge. Protein powder. I just grabbed this now. This is a beef-based protein powder, but you can have whey. I always recommend whey, but sometimes people don't do well with whey. So this is a beef-based protein powder. This is better for allergies, generally speaking. I also have a vegetarian protein powder as well. I carry a line called ATP Lab. This is a very good line. It's Canadian. It's formulated by Dr. Dwayne Jackson. He's a biochemist, super smart guy. And these products have minimal ingredients added to them. And this is great because we really just want the active ingredient. I mean, obviously, when it comes to flavor, there has to be additives. They do a really great job of minimizing the additives, but still making it taste really good. Okay, very high quality products. Not cheap, but generally you get what you pay for. But not super expensive either. Okay, so if you want a protein powder, you can reach out to me. I don't suggest going to Costco, to be honest with you. There's a lot of companies out there that don't follow the manufacturing practices that they should. And this is a company that is, I think, is very reputable. And all their products are made to be pharmaceutical grade, which means they have to be very close to label claim. These are great bars, okay? I sell these bars as well. They're really one of very few bars that I recommend. These are ISO bars. They taste super good. They're great for sweet cravings, by the way. They're high in protein, they're oven baked, and they're made with real whole food. These are awesome bars. You want to keep them in the fridge because they don't have preservatives, especially in this weather. If you keep them in the fridge, they'll last for 6 months, okay? But these are really great bars. I love them. I tried to limit myself to 2 of these a day because they're so good and they're so easy to eat. You got to be careful with them. But again, they're high protein. 60% of the ingredients in here are certified organic. Basically made with entirely whole food ingredients. I'll just read you off some: oats, whey protein isolate, honey, peanut butter, cranberries, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, blueberries, sea salt, crushed flaxseed, cocoa powder, etc. Okay, awesome bar. So those are 2 things that you can add to your dietary repertoire to increase your protein, make your life easier, and add a bit of sweetness. I don't expect you to live off of, I mean, this is more of a kind of a real whole food. This maybe not so much. When it comes to powders, you know, if 25% of your protein intake's coming from powder, I don't think that's really a big deal. Or maybe up to a third would be okay. All right, so there you go. 11:40. That's not good. That's a really long video. All right, let's get to the message of the day. And it goes like this. You've probably seen this before because it's on your shirt, most likely. I gave a lot of pink shirts. Some people got a beige shirt from me, so it's not on a beige shirt. But if you've got a pink shirt, it's on it. It goes like this: if it is to be, it's up to me, or it's up to you. It just basically means personal responsibility. It just means that, you know, if you want to make it happen, you will. I'm not saying it's easy, and I certainly don't know all your responsibilities and all your priorities that you have going on, so I can't speak to that. But if you apply yourself in this challenge, you will do really well. And if you listen to me, you will do really well, okay? So just apply yourself, do your best, and you'll do very well. If it is to be, it's up to you, okay? So, or if it is to be, it's up to me, okay? Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. See you guys.